Hi, Stephen here from Son of a Nation Raven. This is day 24 of the June daily draws. So let's see what message we get today. And I'll be taking the first card from the Good Fortune Tarot, followed by an Oracle card from the Seasons of the Witch, Litha Oracle. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Here we go. We have the Ace of Cups. So, some new beginning again. Did we have the Ace yesterday? Wasn't it the Ace of Wands? It was the Ace of Wands yesterday. So we have another ace. We have the Ace of Cups this time. So we, this creative process, the beginning stages, as soon as we start creating. And perhaps we're relating to this emotionally now, the process of what we're doing. We're connecting to it on a new level. We're connecting in a new way, spiritually, emotionally, with our life journey. It could also be that we're making new connections with other people. The emphasis here is on the new part, or in the sense that, or in the way that we're connecting. It can be a person we've never connected with before. It can also be someone we've connected with before, but disconnected for a while. We lost track of them, and maybe we've come back together, but the way that now we're connecting with them is in a different way, on a different level to how we did before. So yes, it's with the same person, but maybe it's a new depth of friendship or association or whatever connection we have. So it could be a rekindled relationship, but it's fresh. In other words, it's revitalized. It's not the old, perhaps outdated way of connecting, because maybe both parties have moved on and changed and grown. So we're almost, we are the same people, but maybe the way that we express ourselves and make connections and the way we view things may have changed a little. So thereby the way that we connect has changed. So either way, this is a new chance, new opportunity for connection, for relating to things, to people, to our journey. And, maybe, we're also learning how to, beginning to know how to express ourselves in relationships more effectively, more productively. Maybe we're bringing new life to the way we connect and who we connect with, because we've learned how we've become more aware of ourselves. And, as the water flows out of the cup, this is our individual cup, but it overflows into the wider, ocean here of experience. It becomes part of the whole. The individual becomes part of the whole through that connection. And the way that, and the overflowing is the overflowing of ourselves outwardly into the world. So that's what I mean by the expression of our feelings and our spiritual dimension. We connect there perhaps in a new way. All the things that we've been working through and are continuing to work through. We had yesterday, we had the Ace of Wands, that as soon as we said about the creating process, it already starts to be effective and begins to bring the first type of results of growth that comes through that. And likewise with this, as it overflows, we begin to form these new connections as we overflow with the growth in our own personal, emotional being, spiritual being within us, our inner selves overflowing outwards. The growth we've experienced within continues to overflow outwardly and begins to have an effect immediately on our outside experiences. So, just like with the Ace of Wands. So, this is about expression of our feelings, of the way we want to relate to people. Maybe we've learnt some lessons from the past, and now we're starting to do things afresh. Maybe finding new ways to develop our emotional and spiritual well-being, and that's what I believe this card is about. It's the beginning stage, but even like with the Ace of Wands, as I said, as soon as we start, the healing that we need begins to take shape, and also the forming of those connections begins to take shape as soon as we begin the process of that change, of expressing that change from within. It comes outwardly and flows outward into the world and into our relationships and into our life journey. So, a new beginning on all fronts here for us that we need to embrace the opportunity for growth in these areas. And as soon as we begin to embrace them, then the effect of those automatically is set into motion. It's not a preparation stage and then it happens. Even as we prepare for it, even as we just set our minds to it, our hearts to it, this is when it actually starts to work. So it's already happening for us if this is what's happening to us at this time. Okay, let's see which oracle card do we get to go with that. Heat wave. Last weekend, towards last weekend, we had a bit of a heat wave. For us here, it was a heat wave. It's cooled down a little bit since then, but I think we're getting ready for another one. And okay, she's lying down. That's all I can do in a heat wave. Half the time is because it just saps my strength. The heat is overwhelming. It's almost like a desert area too. There is something ominous being illuminated by the flames that await. So, how does that relate to the Ace of Cups? Sometimes we go through difficult periods, intense. The heat wave's intense, so it's that intensity. And sometimes it burns. But sometimes, in our experience, we go through those intense times, intense moments in our relationships with others, perhaps, and with the world, that because maybe certain things have to be burned away in our lives and also within us. So whatever experiences we've had in the past, things have been perhaps, being put under the flame, the intense heat, to refine it and to burn away the what's no longer needed. But now we have the refreshing overflow here, in contrast of new waters flowing outward. And maybe to fill that sense of emptiness, like the desert here, it's filling that void with the new connections, or the refound connections of things. But the way in which we do it is more refined now, and it's probably better now, and it's a positive development. And I believe that that is the message of the cards today. Okay, so that is today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 25. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone. And I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.